In 2010, I was living in Florida at the time, and a friend and I went out to dinner. I had trouble swallowing. Waking up the next day, went to shave, and that quickly noticed a lump on my neck. I decided to fly home and visit my family, and I never went back to Florida. Within 10 days of my return home, I was diagnosed with stage 4 head and neck cancer. The first surgery, they basically took out all the lymph nodes on the right side of my neck. The second surgery was a Da Vinci transoral robotic surgery. Both surgeries were within 10 days of each other. Because my neck, and then specifically my throat, was compromised, first with the surgeries, and then the radiation and chemo with burning and sores and everything in my mouth, I had a lot of difficulty getting in any nutrition. I had a feeding tube installed because I had just lost too much weight, and they were nervous I wasn't going to be able to fight anymore. I ended up with kidney stones because my nutrition was so bad, bronchitis, pneumonia. Thankfully, I had a great support system, and I moved in with my parents. At that point, I had went from 190 pounds to 125. One of the specific images that I still see and feel is laying on the bathroom floor, because it was a tile floor, and that coldness gave me what little comfort I could have, and I would lay there for hours. My youngest niece, Sabrina, was about 1 year old at the time. I had a feeling, an overwhelming feeling, that I didn't want her to get to know me, because I thought I was going to die, and I didn't want her to get to know me and feel that loss. On November 11th, 2010, I had an appointment with Dr. Cognetti, and he came in with a big smile and said, "I'm happy to tell you that you're cancer-free." When I first heard I had cancer was the first time the thought came about creating a foundation. The foundation became, for me, an outlet from the 24/7 of trying to get to the next minute. And I would spend, hours when I wasn't sleeping, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, trying to create this foundation. What would the name be? Who would the directors be? What would the logo look like? The main focus when we first started out was we wanted to help cancer patients with medical bills, transportation to and from doctors. We had initially set out to help 1 or 2 families a year. Our first year, we helped 20 families. The next year, we helped 50. As of yesterday, we've helped 400 families in 4.5 years. To date, we're grateful that we haven't turned away a patient yet. Our first event was a pizza party at a local firehouse. We raised about $5,000, which transitioned into our first official event, the Jetty Coquina Jam. It's an all-female surf contest where we direct 100% of the proceeds to female cancer patients. Our next event is an island gala at the Seashell Resort and Beach Club. We have a 9-piece band for that. There's a boardwalk theme this year and a tremendous auction, and it's a nice night for us all to come together for a good cause. Kids are probably the hardest for me because of my love for my nieces and nephews. I get emotional just talking about it, but we've helped quite a few young people, and I become friendly with them and have conversations with them. And unfortunately, there's a couple that I've had to attend funerals for. And I always say that we need to take it upon ourselves to be the voice for them that are no longer here. Our directors who, number one, serve 100% on a volunteer basis, one of them specifically, Kim, remembers taking her kids to all the events. And she started thinking, why don't I start a youth group and empower them to be there for our cancer patients and their families. They came up with the logo, the name, which is Generation Dream. They have a couple fundraisers that they manage and they do themselves. We are at 125 kids involved in our youth group now. I know Kim and myself have heard from a number of parents that their kids' involvement in Generation Dream meant the world to them, and they've seen a change in their kids. where the kids are coming to them and saying, well, what if I sell some clothes online and I can give the money to the foundation and help a family? We see ourselves as a beacon of hope for our patients and their families. My name is David Caldarella. I'm from Long Beach Island, New Jersey. I'm a stage 4 head and neck cancer survivor and co-founder of David's Dream and Believe Cancer Foundation.